Today on X-Play, Rock'em Sock'em Robots in One Must Fall.
Tell me, baby.
Because it was inevitable, the American Idol game. And how bad can Star Trek Shattered Universe be?
Prepare for impact.
It's game time. Just 7 cents a day can make a difference in their lives. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
A real minimal difference.
Hello and welcome to X-Play.
On today's show, we have strategy.
Yes, and Star Trek. Yes, my fellow nerds, glorious Star Trek!
Plus, an RC car game.
And to top it all off, the officially licensed American Idol game. Oh, the sweet, sweet suffering.
Feel the pain. And we promise that one of today's titles will turn out to be one of the worst games we have ever reviewed.
Now, why would we hype this fact? I'll tell you why. Everyone likes to watch a train wreck.
Yeah, they're fun. But we kick things off with a hot and timely topic. Robot on robot violence.
That's right. We have a robot fighting game for the PC.
Whoa, did she just say a fighting game for the PC?
Yes, she did. Okay, if you didn't know, no one makes fighting games for the PC anymore. No one except Diversion Entertainment.
Because they're crazy. The even weirder news is this is an online multiplayer fighting game.
So, yeah, you can meet up with the other 4 people who are playing fighting games on the PC online and duke it out.
This is our review of the dramatically titled One Must Fall, Battlegrounds.
Apparently, no one told the developers at Diversions Entertainment that you're not supposed to make fighting games for the PC. But here we are, reviewing One Must Fall Battlegrounds. And the results are interesting. The large combat arenas hold up to 16 opponents and feature power-ups to help you fight. Some arenas have interactive elements that involve some kind of pain, like large spikes or huge fiery bowling balls. Look, I made one fall. Get it? Interesting. Anyway, we're here to beat the crap out of other robots, and happily there's a lot of that. The game features a unique combo system that emphasizes linked moves, attacks and blocks that flow naturally from one to the other. However, a PC keyboard is a lousy way to control a fighting game. Even with a gamepad, the game still feels sluggish, but you get used to it. Although there is a single-player mode, the meat of the game is fighting online, and the regulars who play online will hand you your ass over and over again. Still, with a bunch of opponents and a smooth connection, the game can be a blast. But there's some problems here. First, it's hard to find people to play with. I never found more than a handful. There just aren't that many folks playing this, at least not yet. Hello? Will anyone beat me up? Second, the over-the-shoulder camera angle makes it hard to know where your enemies are, and evading attacks isn't nearly as effective as it should be. Where am I? I'm the one getting pummeled. Interesting. Finally, even with the latest patch, this game crashes a lot. I'm not sure how many times because I only have so many fingers and toes. I'm sure there are folks out there playing without any problems, but I wasn't one of them. One Must Fall Battlegrounds is a decent attempt to bring a fighting game to the PC, and it's rough around the edges in a lovable kind of way. But muddy controls and crashing bugs drag this game down. We give One Must Fall Battlegrounds an interesting 2 out of 5.
But trust me when I say you'll be spending more time fighting or crashing computers than fighting other players.
Stop whining, Adam. It's Star Trek time. Yay!
Oh yes, Morgan and I are very excited when we heard that the new Star Trek game takes place in the original Trek's alternate universe.
Yes, you know the one from Star Trek episode 39, Mirror, Mirror, where Captain Kirk is evil and he has an eye patch and Spock has a goatee.
Because nothing said evil in the 60s like facial hair and a visual handicap. Here's a review of Star Trek Shattered Universe.
These are the voyages of the starship Excelsior. Its ongoing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where none have gone before.
Well, let's see. Where are we going today? We have an evil checkoff.
Welcome to the eye of the storm, old comrade.
You can tell he's evil because of his jaunty yellow sash. We have endless internal monologues by George Takei.
Since its properties seem to have been responsible for our through Terran spaces, I fear we have not seen the last of Commander Chekhov.
We have a plucky little fighter that can take down an Enterprise-class starship. And we have lots and lots of this. In Star Trek Shattered Universe, USS Excelsior, captained by Mr. Sulu,
All hands, prepare for impact.
gets sucked into the Mirror Universe, where the Federation is evil. And the Romulans and Klingons are relatively nice guys. You're a nameless combat pilot who has to fly around shooting wave after wave of small fighters, usually to defend the Excelsior, or you may have to complete some mindless mission like move from point A to point B, collecting resources or whatever.
Follow your radar to navigation point 3.
But all these cliched mission objectives wouldn't be so bad if the game actually played well. First, your weapons are lame. Your photon torpedoes are useless on anything except the starship, so you're stuck smashing both the phaser and laser bolt buttons at the same time, and they both suck and are hard to aim.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're not helping! And just when you think you're getting somewhere, they suddenly change objectives on you. After several waves of boring dogfights to clear the path for the Excelsior, you'll suddenly have to single-handedly assault a major capital ship, which can kill you in a few well-aimed bursts. Why your tiny little ship is taking on huge starships with no support from the Excelsior is never explained. Maybe Captain Sulu has it out for you, but dying, of course, means having to play the whole damn mission over again.
I order you to surrender your vessel.
Your vessel? And most of all, the game lacks personality. It does have George and Walter. Oh, Walter, I kid. You look very nice in your sash. But it doesn't have much else. Star Trek Shattered Universe gets a 1 out of 5. Maybe now it will boldly go away.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to mention in the review that it crashes too.
Yes, that's an added bonus. Shattered Universe needed lock-on aiming from the get-go because it is impossible to play when you can't hit anything.
So tedious. Plus, Chekhov was wearing a sash of evil. Now, a sash says I'm fashionable and relaxed, but it doesn't say evil. Now, this game makes me embarrassed to wear a Starfleet badge and carry a tricorder.
Is the game to do that?
Coming up, size doesn't matter in RC cars, the game.
I'm Adam Sessler, host of X-Play. Worst thing I've ever done to an intern is I made them play Drake of the 99 Dragons. Easily the worst game that we've ever reviewed on the show. That's one of the ones where I just couldn't bring myself to put my hands on it, and he was traumatized in interaction for a week.
From the producers of Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, 6 interlocking stories, 6 celebrated directors, 1 groundbreaking masterpiece. It's over. Batman Gotham Knight, now on DVD and Blu-ray.
If warm chicken tastes good, and cold crunchy veggies taste good, wouldn't a warm chicken, cold crunchy salad taste good? Introducing the new chicken salads from Wendy's. Hand-cut fresh lettuce, a tender center-cut chicken breast fillet sliced and served warm. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
Now entering soft scrub.
Take me, baby. Take me now. Take me, baby. Take me to the edge of explosion.
Now entering body buff.
The new Axe Detailer Shower Tool. A soft black side, a rough red side.
I mean, sure, I help people save money on car insurance, but few folks know that I support wildlife conservation too. You going to eat all those? Well, you are, aren't you? You're just going to go to town. All right, well, I'll make this quick. I'm teaming up with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. I'm going to be making the rounds to get the word out. Are those clams? I love clams. Do you want to offer me any? Apparently not.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
At eHarmony, we match you with other singles based on compatibility. And the best part is, you can review your matches absolutely free. Aren't you curious to see who you'd be matched with? Log on and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
Your teeth are a living part of your body. And over time, the enamel begins to weaken from the inside. But now you can help rebuild your teeth. New Trident Extra Care, the only gum with Recaldin, a unique form of calcium that penetrates into and strengthens tooth enamel. Trident Extra Care. Chew strong.
Guys, I have some news.
What?
I'm trading this game in at GameStop tomorrow.
Whoa. What about all we've been through together? The killer levels, the merciless ambushes, the painful incinerations. Isn't that worth something?
Yeah. About $15.
150 titles are worth $15 or more when you trade them in for a new game at GameStop. Power to the players.
Carl Conrad, the coolest geek in the world. As a child, he won a mint copy of Action Comics 1 in a knife fight with a monkey. He once showed up to school driving the Batmobile. No one ever learned where it came from. He made love to 3 different women while waiting in line to see the return of the king. Carl will be watching G4's coverage of Comic-Con Await Live with exclusive interviews and the hottest news on TV, films, and comics. If the coolest geek in the world is watching, shouldn't you? Comic-Con Await Live, July 24th and 25th.
You're plugged into G4 Rewind.
Because Denny's wasn't hiring Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
I was bummed about that.
Yeah. Welcome back to X-Play.
Racing games, they can be big and shiny, like Project Gotham.
Or allow you to fine-tune your vehicles, like Need for Speed Underground.
Or they can shrink down the vehicles and make an RC car game, because there are a ton of people who'd want to play that, right? Right? Can I get a witness?
Here's a review of the appropriately titled RC Cars. RC cars. Those annoying little radio-controlled toys that have terrorized parents and innocent bystanders for years and are now available on your PC. Why anybody would want to play a game that simulates an already simulated activity is beyond me. Now, one of the biggest problems with Whiptail Interactive's RC Cars for the PC, well, besides the box stuff, is the lack of variety. The 10 tracks and 3 different cars add up to a pretty short game, which might be a blessing in disguise. The tracks are a mix of on- and off-road locations. In each race, whether on the beach or through a military base, racers must cross a series of checkpoints. Most tracks have real-world obstacles to impede your progress. There are stationary elements like rocks, walls, and oceans, which can be avoided with proper steering and judicious use of the jump button. Easier said than done. Oh, cute. We're stuck on our back like a little sea turtle. There are also angry pedestrians, girls in bikinis, and wildlife that impede your progress. Now, I'm not sure if this is a coyote or a beach dingo. There is no damage model. However, more dramatic crashes will return your car to the last checkpoint crossed. Online play is available, as well as 2-player split-screen mode on the same PC. RC Cars is not a difficult game, but control can be a problem, and there is no way to adjust the physics. Just like in real life, these RC cars can be a pain in the ass to control. Thank the good Lord, the caliber of your opponents can be adjusted, and the easy setting will allow the spazziest driver to remain in contention, despite repeated trips to the bottom of a pool or kicks across the beach. As for the music, we will let you be the judge yourself. Hey, if generic rock and techno fare is your thing, turn up that volume, dude. Now, from the review so far, you might think that we're giving this title a 1. But the graphics aren't bad, and the interface is functional. Plus, there is something strangely compelling about driving around and bumping into toes of the beach babes. So compelling that we bump up RC Cars to a 2 out of 5.
Let's take another look at the RC Cars box art. Wow. Yeah, it's a woman in a bikini being menaced by rogue RC cars. It's actually actually terrifying.
Wow, so tiny cars leaping over a grown woman in a swimsuit. You know, I still don't feel like buying it.
Well, that's a relief. I guess that proves that sex doesn't sell.
Well, yeah, unless you're talking about Final Fantasy X2, DOA Beach Volleyball, DOA, Sexy Beach 2, there's Tomb Raider, Summer Heat, Beach Volleyball, Miss Pac-Man. Here at XPlay, we've learned that sometimes developers give their games stupid titles.
Grim Fandango. Stupid title. Good game.
Beyond Good and Evil. It's a book by Nietzsche, people. Are you going to call the sequel The Will to Power or The Gay Science?
Romance of the Three Kingdoms. There's no romance, just stabbing.
And one of my favorites, K1 Grand Prix. It sounds like a racing game.
Turns out to be a fighting game.
Yeah, and now joining the stupid title ranks, Culdcept.
Culdcept. Yeah, I can't figure out what it's about either. Here's our review.
Culdcept, the book of creation and destruction.
Before you get too excited about the pretty graphics, let me point out that Culdcept might be the first game in history where your sidekick is a staff with a human head. Kinda curbs your enthusiasm, huh? Fortunately, this game has some good points. A lot of good points, actually. Culdcept is basically a cross between Monopoly and a collectible card battle game. You start the game with a deck of 50 magic cards. You move around a game board and claim territories by summoning a monster from your deck to guard the area. If another player lands in your territory, he either has to defeat your monster with one of his own, or fork over some of his mana. That's the currency in the game. Other cards in the deck will let you cast magic spells, or outfit your monster with special items prior to battle. And where does Mr. Stickhead fit in? Well, he's part of the single-player quest that has you saving the world from a bunch of bad people. So of course, besides the fun inherent in reading through a bunch of text messages, it's really pretty stupid. So the less we say about that, the better. If you own a bunch of like-colored spaces all next to one another, you'll be able to charge the other players a whole lot of mana. You can also spend your mana to upgrade your spaces, houses and hotels, and then charge even bigger toll. The card battles are mostly easy to understand until you start getting some of the more rare and powerful cards. The problem is that it's just hard to figure out the best way to use them. It also doesn't help that the game mostly looks crappy. This looks like an 8-bit game, and there's really no excuse for this kind of presentation anymore. What are far more attractive are the beautiful hand-drawn pictures on the 500 cards themselves, and similarly pleasing, the way the cards literally do battle with one another. It's quirky, but it works. So, with goofy, hard-to-peg gameplay, inferior graphics, and hands down, one of the worst names we've ever heard, we're pretty sure that Culdcept isn't going to sell very well. And that's too bad, because the game's accessible enough for the newbie, yet deep enough for the hardcore. We're giving Culdcept a decent 3 out of 5.
The defense was too strong.
Now let me tell you, the adrenaline really gets pumping when you're playing cards, violently attack someone else's playing cards. It's just too much excitement for me.
Actually, Culdcept is a little less like Disgaea with cars. Of course, that was also another decent title marred by crappy graphics.
Yes, Disgaea, another title that tells me nothing about the game. Whatever happened to simpler times when the boxing game was called boxing and the hockey game was called hockey?
Well, see, those were simpler times, but the graphics were simpler too. The only way you could tell that the big pixels in it were boxers was because it was called boxing. See, we've come full circle.
That's deep.
Looks like I have the final say.
In a moment, we prayed it would never come to this. American Idol, the game.
You're plugged into G4 Rewind. Up next, X-Play.
Why are you guys drinking Coke Zero?
We're not. We're drinking Coke, buddy.
But it says Coke Zero on the bottle.
Well, they must have messed up then and put Coke in the wrong bottle.
I don't see what you...
Okay, Eyeball. Why don't you try it for us? Oh, I forgot you can't. You don't have a mouth.
No mouth.
Well, while we're busy drinking Coke, why don't you go stand in front of a hairdryer or something?
Yeah, a hairdryer. What?
Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Some see them as defenders.
you see a U.S. Army soldier, you can't help but look up. Get the strength to change the way people see you. There's strong, and then there's Army Strong. See what it's like at GoArmy.com.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now. They help thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you. Get long-term payments, but you need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
All I knew was I wanted to work on electronics, obviously. I wanted to have a really successful career at it. My name is Nathaniel Carpenter. I am an information systems analyst. Well, I got my education from ITT Technical Institute. My wife thinks that my choice to go to ITT Tech has definitely helped me to reach the goals that I have for myself, my wife, and our life together. To be able to pick and choose where we want to go, and also the lifestyle that we want to live. What I liked about ITT Tech was the fact that I liked everything about ITT Tech.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. Call 1-800-372-4052 or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid for those who qualify. Call 1-800-372-4052.
Hi, welcome to Progressive.com. Honey, what's all this?
Insurance?
Progressive motorcycle insurance.
Yeah.
RV insurance?
Uh-huh.
Boat insurance. But we don't have any of those things.
Well, actually, I do. We do. We do.
Surprise! Let's bag these up.
Saving you money so you can buy more toys. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Hi everyone, you're watching G4 Rewind. My name is Brian. You may know me as Nux Sonic. When did you first discover G4?
First discovered G4. I don't know, it was about 3 or 4 years ago. I ran into an episode of Pulse by accident, and then I started watching Cinema Tech, and it was a wrap from there.
I first discovered G4 a few years back when the likes of Sarah Lane and Brendan Moran were on Attack of the Show.
Once again, the sorrow and the pity. Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Now, that time I don't know which one I am. Welcome back to X-Play. Oh, okay.
You waited all episode long, and now the moment is finally here.
Ta-ta! Tightness in the chest, shortness of breath, stabbing, shooting pain in the left arm. Yep. It's time to review the American Idol game.
And Adam and I decided to give it the American Idol treatment. Here's our review.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Yo. All right, you guys are gonna love this.
So, what have you got?
I've got American Idol, the game.
Great, well, let's see it.
All right, here we go. See, so it's just like American Idol, the show. I mean, you could go through all the auditions and the heats, and you just follow along and press the buttons.
But when do we sing? And do you use a microphone?
No, you don't sing. See, this is American Idol. You just press the buttons, or you use a dance pad.
Boy.
Dance pad. Boy. No, wait. There's actually more. This game is really good. Trust me.
Sure it is. Let's see. You follow the icons that move toward the center of the screen. Occasionally, you'll have to perform some quick dual button presses. And that's it. You're judged on your reflexes. Yeah, let's go over this again. This is American Idol, the game, based on a singing competition. And you don't sing.
This is just despicable.
Randy, Paula, and Simon are here, but most of their comments are considerably toned down.
I'm sorry. There's bad, and then there's you.
You just weren't up to par today.
I don't think you've convinced any of us. I really don't think you'll be back again in the next round.
I've actually got friends who snore better than you sing. Dreadful.
Okay, that's a good one. And pardon me, I don't mean to be rude, but visually, this game is a disaster. What's with the weird face scratching? The cel-shaded characters look like they were intended for the original PlayStation or Nintendo 64. Honestly, this game is all about playing dress-up. Here's my character, and just like the TV show, I'll be judged partially on appearance and image. In fact, you could spend a lot of time in wardrobe finding the right look.
Congratulations, you've just unlocked a bonus costume.
Oh god, that one is so tacky. There is a karaoke mode, but look, you sing to the screen and you're not judged. People, do yourself a favor and sing to your own tunes on your own time. The only time we had fun with this game is when we put the controller down and let the contestants croon off key.
Soon you'll be finding you can run, you can hide, but you can't escape my love.
You guys, did I mention the 2-player option and the videos you can get of Ruben and Clay?
Okay, that's enough.
You know, I really don't know how to say this, and your presentation was great and all, but I really can't give this game a good rating.
Yo, dog, dude, come on, this is American Idol the game. You mean to tell me there's no singing?
This is absolutely the worst game I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm giving it a 1 out of 5. I can't believe I'm giving it a 1.
1 out of 5.
Yo, dude, 1 out of 5.
You guys are wrong. This is a great game. You'll see.
Get out! Out!
Next.
My dog had that kind of talent. I'd shave its ass and shoot it.
Why the hell would you make an American Idol game with no singing? That's the whole point. And what the heck were you saying about your dog?
That's not important. What is important is that this is one of the worst games we've ever played.
It's an abomination.
Speaking of abomination, it's time for the viewer mail.
Yes. Today's viewer mail is from Christine, Gary, and Zach in Nevada. They write, "We saw your review of Silent Hill 3, and now we're interested in the series. What's the difference between the original and the recently released greatest hits versions of Silent Hill 1 and 2? Sellers keep advertising that the originals are better for some reason. Why?"
Okay, here is the deal. The only difference between the original and the greatest hits version of Silent Hill are that the labels say greatest hits. Seriously, that is it.
Okay, but now collectors prefer the game without that greatest hits label, so for them, the original is better. But that's it. Otherwise, the gameplay is absolutely the same.
Okay, now there is one exception, and that is the re-release of Silent Hill 2 Restless Dreams on the Xbox. That game does have slightly improved graphics.
Yeah, and extra gameplay with the Maria character. But the audio has a bug that throws the lip syncing off, so it's kind of a win-lose situation.
So I hope that helped. Maybe it didn't. And by the way, actually, the release date for Silent Hill 4 is going to be this year. So prepare to get freaked out all over again soon, or maybe later, but we will.
And if you really want to get freaked out, you can always go to our website.
Yeah.
We have full reviews of everything you've seen here today, any other game you want to check out, and other fun extras.
Yeah, you can see pictures of me, and that scares a lot of people. It scares my mom, it scares Morgan, it scares this one guy who I think gouged his eyes out.
It's at techtv.com/xplay. We hope you don't gouge your eyes out.
Oh no.
Good night.